Hello everyone, my name is NFT Drafter 7110. Discord. You can find me there, reach out and say hi. This video is part two of an overview of Pinmaster's collaboration with the bowling world, and what this video will cover is just the second part. I mean, there's 3 to 4 videos here which will cover what the entire ecosystem is of Pinmaster. And Pinmaster is a video game. You can see it right here. Pinmaster's this is our website, our landing page. This is part of our video game here, where you come in and you take a bowler and you can quick play. Again, this is just a beta; it doesn't have the 10-minute matches or the big tournaments, but these are some of the NFTs that you can collect, from our game. Here's a bunch more. You can get shoes, you can get bowling balls, you can get different bowlers, and some of the bowlers are unique. There's over 500 unique things and items you can get, and there's obviously duplicates of all of those. But all this art was created by our users, by our community, so it's pretty neat. And sometimes you'll see a famous NFT, and that's just one they own. But some people uploaded their own photographs, and some people uploaded their pets. That pets is a really big one. But so what we're doing today is we're going to talk about the next steps in this. Our catchphrase is bowl in real life and earn an NFT. So when you go bowl, when we're set up here number 8, and we get to this stage here where you bowl in real life and earn an NFT, it'll be a national campaign throughout the United States of America, and we'll be in the vast majority, over 90% of bowling alleys, if we can close a deal with the bowling world, which we think we will. And if not, we can still slow roll it out individually through owners. But this video is to help explain to the bowling world why they want to partner with us, because for them, the benefit is this huge marketing campaign where you can tell people, if you go out and bowl, you can earn a free digital asset, and we will supply that free digital asset for them at no cost, because it's free marketing for our game. As people collect these, items, they can sell them. Even just the regular common bowlers are selling for $4 a piece, and they can sell these. And um, you go bowl, you spend $8, and if there's a family of 4, and you can each get a free asset if you get a couple of these. And again, some of them are sold for $287, so you could walk away with a couple dollars for each of you each time you bowl. And you already love bowling, and now you have a chance to get something valuable. But our hope, the onboard games, which is our company, the hope that we want is that, a small percentage of those 200 million people that bowl, once a year, will start to play our game. So that's our benefit, and the bowling world's benefit is that they can use this slogan, bowl in real life, and earn a valuable NFT or digital asset, and market that, and just get people out to the alleys. Again, the whole goal of Pinmaster is to increase real world bowling by 3%. And I mean, again, when you have 200 million people, that's a huge increase, but we think it can happen. And we think integrating digital video games and digital rewards for real life activity is a premise that's going to attract a lot of people. It's going to get people to choose bowling for their Friday night or Thursday night or Wednesday night event. It's going to get people to sign up for a league, because you get one every time you go bowl. So one of the NFTs you can get is from our collection, which we've shown here. Just a random bowler, a pair of shoes, and anything like that. It can be any of these different things. I mean, this one here is selling for $25, $17, $40. So you can get any one of these, but you also can collect from 2 different collections, and these collections will not only benefit the bowling world, but it'll broaden up the appeal. I mean, not, 'cause again, we're hoping for a small sliver of people to play our game, 3%, 5%. So the 97 to 95% who go to the bowling alleys to look for an asset aren't necessarily going to be, excited to get ours, except for the $4 benefit they get. But they might like their favorite bowler. And again, we've had multiple meetings with multiple partners in the bowling world, and the Professional Bowlers Association, and I don't know if this is accurate, this was said during a meeting. There's over 700 different bowlers professional bowlers in the world, and the partners we spoke with have contracts with essentially most of them. Pretty much every one of them. It's 4 different companies, that would all partner together to partner with us, and they have access to all of these bowlers. So when we roll out number 2 here, which is the list of professional bowlers, all 700 of them would be promoting the Pinmaster. All 700 of them would be saying, "Hey, go bowl in real life and collect one of my NFTs." But the first thing we do is we create the collection of professional bowlers, and what it will be is it'll be something pretty similar to what you see at Tops. Let's see. So it'll be something like this. Like these will be bowlers, but and you'll see there's different. Like this one has some animation around it, which just distinguishes it from being a little bit of a better card. And again, these are just collectibles. None of these have no interplay, but our cards will have quite a bit of, they call it utility. When you get a digital card and you can use it beyond just collecting it, it has utility. But if you look here at the Topps collection of baseball cards, wow, I mean, I don't know if that one's going to sell, but it's up for $127,000, and I'm quite certain some cards have sold for that much. But we can actually take a quick peek if we want to have fun with it. Let's see. Let's go see what the top selling is. Let's see. Well, well, again, this has been out maybe 2 years. Again, here it is. Here it is. A little bit, a year and a half. It's August now, so you're talking $17 million has been done on the secondary market. That means when people find these cards, they buy the packs here, and then they come here on this market and they sell them. And there's been $17.2 million in the past 18 months of volume traded on these cards, and you know bowling has a much larger user participation numbers than baseball, even though baseball is huge. I mean, people are playing all across the world, but bowling has a much larger playing audience. I don't know about viewing audience, but again, we hope to change that with Pinmaster, and that's when we start getting down to, number 8 and 9 down here. Like this is where we hope to like change that viewership numbers. But if you see the collection that we'll make will be very similar to this. It'll have your professional bowlers. Oh, this guy's awesome, right? It'll have your professional bowlers. It'll have bios on them, and we will, someone can get this, and again, it'll be a little bit more. Ours will have a little bit more educational information on it. This is a common card. No glorious border. He plays for the Cleveland Indians. His name's Francisco Lindor. So it'll be the same thing. Oh yeah, it'll be just like this. On the back, it'll have stats about them. So I mean, it will be just a collection of bowlers. But again, we're talking about 700 of them around the world helping us to promote it. All their fans hoping to get one of these when they go to this is uncommon, so it's a little bit more rarity, higher rarity. It's got the cool fun gold border, and then you get stuff like this where it's an epic, so it's a third or fourth tier rare card, and it just has just a more intricate card with more excitement to it. Has more value as a collectible, and rarity obviously gives it an increase in value as well. These are fun. So you understand the premise of what we're saying here. We're gonna take all the professional bowlers. We're gonna get headshots of all of them. We're gonna make cards, backgrounds. I think it's going to be fully licensed with some association or not. It really doesn't have to be. I mean, you can do it. It'd just be pretty much. It'd be really difficult. It wouldn't be near as good because again, we'd have to block out everything that's trademarked would have to be blocked out. I mean, you are allowed to use professional athletes' name and faces at will, but you're not allowed to use things that are trademarked. So, no, we wouldn't be able to use, and it really would just be a very watered down version, and nothing so far in this process. And we're 6 months into Pinmaster experience, and this is going to take 2 years to roll out that whole list of 10 things that we're talking about here. But so far, nothing has swayed the final or made us think that we're not going to partner. I mean, we have 4 different people. If any one of them says yes, we'll be rolling. So, and again, for them, it's a very up to free entry, and just hopefully an increase in real world bowling, of 3 to 5% and millions more bowlers and a lot of excitement and something for them to push, and just really a modernization of the sport as well. I mean, this website looks great. So that's a great you know the website looks modern, so they're getting here and they're into it, and maybe bowling could use a little um, more of a video game push, and that's what we're hoping and we're going to deliver. So one collection will be cards like this. We'll make all 700 bowlers. Each one will have 5 different rarities. The rarities will have different things. Now, on top of the collectible value, we'll create utilities. Now, these utilities are not finalized, but some ideas for utilities would be, like a Patreon system, where in our Discord, if the bowlers pop in um, once a month, once every, 6 weeks or something, and they come in and just say hi to people, or if it is just maybe just a chat room where they pop into it on itself in the Pinmaster application. And if you happen to have, let's say the epic version of a card, if you have a rare card, then you can go in this room and chat with them when they're in there, and that would be something pretty fun. You can ask questions and talk to them. That's one possible form of utility, and one that we can do without requiring them to have a commitment to us, is when we get down here to bowling wagering and fantasy bowling. Which fantasy bowling we're definitely going to do. We have our own game that is fantasy based, and it's a fantasy sports game. It's already out and live, so we definitely will. Wish I should have that pulled up, but I don't. But we definitely will do bowling fantasy with these cards, and what will happen is you can make your fantasy team just like you do with any fantasy sports. You pick 7, 8 bowlers, during a big event, or 5 bowlers, or whatever the metric ends up being. And if you own the cards, you could get a slight scoring bonus. That, again, nothing that's going to win the tournament for you, but if someone else picks the same bowler as you, this little this little scoring bonus will separate you from them. It'll put you above them, and that will be the benefit. One of the utilities of our collection. When we have our bowling cards, you will be able to have them, but you'll also be able to use them in our application. Which, let me just bring it up here. You'll also be able to use them in our application. Again, this is our second game. It's a fantasy football game, but we will add a fantasy bowling game to it. And you'll be able to come here. These will all be professional bowlers, not cards like this. And you'll be able to create fantasy sports teams, fantasy football teams, or fantasy bowling teams, and get bonuses for holding the cards. Again, you could also have a Patreon access, which would be much more involved, and I'm not positive that that's something we'll do, but we would definitely be pushing for that. And the third thing that we will do, I mean, these two here are within our purview, and something that we will do is you'll be able to get wagering bonuses. Now, again, like if you're betting, when we get down to this wagering, there is we've had a lot of fun with it. I mean, I myself have wagered a lot in my life. I lived in Lake Tahoe. I lived in Las Vegas, and I played poker for 18 months, and like wagering. So I have a good foundation for it. Horse racing, dogs. I bet on pretty much everything you can think of, and through that knowledge and through our games and our fantasy engine and some of our partnerships that we have with people who have um, data analytics companies, we've designed some pretty fun and unique wagering systems. And we'll wait to talk about that here. But when we have our bowling collection, when we have our bowlers, and when you get yourself a bowler, and when you place a wager on that bowler to do a prop, maybe it's an over under of a 268 or something that he's going to bowl in that frame, or he's going to average a 225 or a 240, whatever the over under is. If you use that card, each one of these cards will have a bump, an increase in your payout, or a diminishment of the requirement. So again, so let's say the score over under score is 240, and if you have a common card, it'll be 239. If you're betting over, or 241 if you're going to bet under. And if it's the rare one, it'll be a 5. So now it'll be a 235 instead of a 240. So the same wager, the same payout, but if you own this card of this rarity and play it, your wager becomes tremendously easier to win. And that's some utility that we'll have, and that people who go bowl in real life and earn these NFTs, the reason people are going to want to buy them is the stuff that I'm discussing with you right now. So I think we'll cover this a little bit more, even though this is running a little bit quite a bit longer than I anticipated, because I do talk a little bit too much. 13 minutes. I guess we'll keep going, but um, so that will be the utility there. And these cards, I believe, will be valuable in this frame and enjoyed. Again, this isn't a in 3 months. This is in 3 years, in 5 years. What we want this to be, we want Pinmaster to become this hub for everything, everything that bowling doesn't yet have, everything that's bowling and digital, everything that's bowling and online, everything that's bowling and really, again, innovative through and by us. Like we want to have a place where you can bowl with your friends from around the world. 3 of you sign up on our app. You guys pick a time. You go bowl in your different cities, different countries around the world, and through our application, because we're integrated into Alleys, your scores are displayed, and you're playing against each other. And it's just we want to become a digital hub for bowling. So one is in video one. I encourage you to see it if you haven't, which is creating Pinmaster, which is the way onboard games benefits from this collaboration. Number two will be creating a collection of professional bowlers and adding utility, which is what I just explained. Next will be creating a collection of historical bowling moments. Now this will be quite fun. I mean, pretty much everyone knows the "Do you know who I am? I am." I don't really want to show it just yet. I guess we might as well, right? Since we're here. But there will be all kinds of historical moments. There's one I seen, and again, we have spoke with. Oh, sorry. We have spoke with. Sorry. Peter Weber. Yeah, he's the best. Yeah. Who do you think you are? I am. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I might even have to find a way to cut that out. But, well, the moment is here. And again, it's one of the most fun and iconic moments in bowling. I have to make sure I can quickly. Yeah. Okay. But it's one of the most fun moments in bowling, and it's a card people will definitely want. People will this historical moments will be video clips of things that occur, things that happened in bowling, and in our conversations with our potential bowling partners. The one thing that was very exciting for us was there it goes, they have access to. I'm just gonna let them watch this for a second. It's pretty sweet. I am. Right. Did it. That's number 5. Are you kidding me? That's right. Who do you think you are? I am. There it is. Who do you think you are? I am. Like that will be one of our cards. You can just lock that in, done, and it'll be one people want. And the rare version will be long, and that's so basically we'll make a collection similar to a Top Shots, like this, where it'll be video clips. Oh yeah, sorry. Just a bowling partner said they had archives all the way back from 50 years, 70 years. They have video clips, so we can sit there and just have a blast going through there. And each year release a collection of video clips. And I did see one which was 2 female bowlers, and the story, which again I have not verified, but the story on the video clip I was watching was that if the one woman bowled six pins, she won the tournament, and if the woman sitting behind her calmly watching, if she didn't, that woman won. Well, as soon as the potential winner went up to bowl her first frame, the second woman stood up and went up and hip checked her, just tackled her, decked her hard. And if that's a true story, even if it isn't, that's going to be a card in this collection. So the number 2 thing we'll be doing here, is creating a collection of historical bowling moments. Not only this, but it'll be lots of things where we just show just great moments like this. Good shots, intense victories, big championships, big misses, big bloopers, trick shots. There's a big collection of trick shots out there, and we will have all of that in this collection. Now, this collection will be just for fun, just for entertainment purposes. There is no current thought of having a utility to it, but if it was certain players, it could be the same thing as the card collection. It could be where they had, if you have a certain player, then you can just use it and integrate it into our into the game, the fantasy sports or the wagering, and just go like that. So again, you can just see here and just see how these work. They're just video clips, and this is a digital asset. The most rare one, I think, in this means that the most rare version of this card is sold for $1,300. This guy's selling it now. The cheapest one is $4. The average is $7 for this particular video clip, and it is a collectible asset. And it'll be the same thing when you go bowl in real life. You'll have an opportunity to get one from Pinmaster, our video game. You'll have one from the bowling collection, which we just described, and you'll have one from historical moments, which will be stuff like Pete Weber's "Do you know who you are? I am," or however the phrase actually goes. But those two will be part of the 3 collections. So you'll go bowl in real life. You'll get one of these 3 NFTs. If you bowl consecutive weeks, just one game, consecutive weeks, allow it up to miss, one a month. So basically, if you bowled 3 out of 4 weeks, you would continually increase your chances of getting a rare card. And rare cards, again, some of them are going to be very valuable. Some of them already, the ones that we will intend to give away, already have sold for $278, and there'll be most of those. Now, what we will do, because what Pinmaster does, it has free tournaments that you can enter. People play our game, and they have free tournaments, and you'll win money. It's a fun video game, and we've proven that people have a lot of fun playing it and coaching bowlers, and that's basically what it is. Like you're a manager of bowlers. You can have as many bowlers you want, but most people have 10, 15 bowlers, and they manage them, and they can enter them in tournaments and see how they do, and win cash prizes, win bowling assets, and win lots of digital prizes. So it's a fun, rewarding time. Now, one of the ways we fund those tournaments, the way we give away thousands of dollars every week, is through taking 20% of all of our sales. So once these 2 collections are created and landing pages are ready, we will host a sale, and that will be a JV we do with the bowling partners. So that's another way they will benefit financially, is by giving us access, giving us nice HD shots, good stories, and, by being our helping us create these collections, they will be paid for the sales and sales of these things. I mean, again, when you do a sale on a scale like this, I mean, to do $2 million in a couple of days worth of packs being sold is probably the average. Here, I mean, I think here we're at 180 million, maybe 180 million for here. I mean, you see on tops it's 17 million on the secondary market, and that's just the secondary market. And usually, what you can say, is that the real market's about 5 to 10 times that. So the people who bought the packs, the majority of people don't come on here and sell them. The majority make collections or do trades. And again, these have no utility; they're just a collectible asset. And the again, we have 17 million here, so you can say this is probably the Topps collection since April of 2021 is probably done. This is just my guess, but if someone can dig it out, and I have quite a bit of knowledge here. I manage 2 projects, and I've been in the space since almost since it started. And I'd say they've done somewhere very safely, feel comfortable saying 45 million to 100 million in pack sales. Now that revenue is, it's revenue for Topps. I mean, that's how they make their money, right? That's they have deals with these people, and they sell collectible cards, and we will be doing the same thing with bowling. Now, again, our numbers, who knows what they'll be, but that will be a great way for the bowling world to profit. They'll so when they come in, they help us out, and they're looking to get some skin and some money out of it. Here it comes. We'll hold pack sales. All the professional bowlers will be telling all of their fans. We will be telling all of our fans, and people will buy. We'll host a sale of the professional bowlers. You know, 2 to 3 months later, we'll host a sale of the historical bowling moments. We'll get them out there in circulation. We'll get people using them. We'll see, the price points of them. All that will be discovered and learned. And then when we get down here to our big splash, and again, all of this is fun. All the way down, people are going to be having fun. We're going to be growing, and we're also becoming more, I don't know, more credible. Like, I mean, every single one of these steps, we become more credible. We're not even all the way here. We're at 75% here. We still have, 6 weeks before this game is completely polished and where we want it to be. So, maybe 2 months. I mean, the way development goes, or 3 months even. But we are moving forward, and as we knock these down, each one of these gives us more credibility. These 2 are much easier than number one. Number one is cost quite a bit and takes a long time, and we come down to here, and it's still going to be a lot of labor and work, but it'll be fun. We'll take out all the bowlers, we'll make the cards, we'll get a team going, and then we'll host a sale. And when we host a sale, we'll generate revenue, and one thing that will happen is 20% of that revenue will be set aside for prize pools. Excuse me, for prize pools. So when we're when we have these sales, and whatever they are, 20% of that money goes and is set aside for prize pools of pin masters. When people are playing every single week and they're winning thousands of dollars, it's because we took 20% of all the sales between Pinmaster, these packs, and we bundle it up and we give it away in all kinds of things, packages to bowling events, gear, again, digital assets, and actual cash. So that's pretty much this steps 2, 3, 4, and 5, which we'll cover here in the second video. and that's basically creating the second and third collections that we will give away when people go bowl in real life, and explaining how they work, hosting sales, and talking about the utility and why they'll be valuable beyond a collectible, which I believe that there's will be again, not nothing's too dominant, and especially in a new field, but you could say 15-20% of people who go and bowl in real life wouldn't mind having some of these historical moments, wouldn't mind having cards of their favorite bowlers just to collect, just to pass along. These are just like baseball cards from the 50s. They do sell for tremendous amounts of money, and things change to make cards more valuable. So it will not be a wild idea, particularly when you're talking about the Genesis pack, the Genesis season, when where it's the very first season of a professional bowling cards ever made. I mean, it will not be a bad idea, and people who understand that they won't be crazy to have them just collect these cards, try to make sets, and there will be rewards for collection rewards as well. I guess I forgot that about as for a utility. When you collect everyone from Motive, everyone from Storm, everyone from Brunswick, everyone from any of these companies that have sponsors, you can start to get other rewards for that. Maybe you get a bowling ball, or a pair of gloves, or a wrist guard, or shoes, or you get some kind of collection reward when you hold a full collection. So there'll be lots of motivations to get people to go out to these alleys, to get these cards, to buy these packs, and to collect them. And there will be lots of value in that. And that is it. That's step two. That's video two of covering all three of the projects, and how you, as a community member or the bowling partner with us, benefit from these things. And again, just how our ecosystem works. I mean, we're going to go into all of this next, and again, just keep explaining to you. And again, looks like it should be 3, maybe 4 videos, but and just in this little series, you'll watch this whole series, read this whole thing when I'm done with it in 2 or 3 weeks, and have an idea of why we are so excited for the future of Pinmaster and bowling. Which again, bowling's not in any jeopardy; it doesn't need our help. But the bowling just having a new avenue, just going after a new audience, rejuvenating some old bowlers just in our very small room of 4,000 people in our Discord. There's um, dozens of people every talking about how they haven't gone bowling in years, and now they are because of this game, and it's going to happen over and over. And when we get to our big shebang, it's going to happen on a large scale. So thank you all for watching. This is the second video, so again, if you haven't seen part one, please do. It's an overview of Pinmaster and those assets and why they add value and why you'd want to get them for free. And I will release another video tomorrow where I'll talk about how we integrate the software into bowling alleys, what that looks like, what it works, and we pretty much have the scoping done for this, how the marketing gets done, and again, we've had lots of conversations with bowling partners about this, and then what it looks like when we roll out the video game. And then perhaps, if time permits, we'll talk about our 3 other things, because there's also, we'll talk about the 3 other we'll talk about the 3 other things. If not, we'll break that into another video. So thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you just again can follow along with what we're trying to do here, which is something large, but I mean it's just a lot of moving parts, but it's not that difficult to follow. If you watch this, just know that we're going to do it, and it's a long road. And join us now. Get in now. Be there when these first packs go on sale, because they will be the Genesis collection, and we expect this entire ecosystem to be here for a long time to come. And by the time you watch all 3 or 4 of these videos, you'll hopefully agree that we're going to be here for a while, and that we are going to bring a new element to bowling and video games, as well as integrating both of real world activity and digital rewards. Thank you. Have a good day.